Hi and welcome back to another gameplay video. We're gonna continue with some Orwell today. Last time we actually found the bomb at the Central City Mall, and we had some huge help from Cassandra in finding which mall it was, and we got the information from one of the Thoughts forums, or the Thoughts blogs comment section, and it was Nina who talked about her protest at the mall and her messing up the last demonstration. So now we are quitting this piece of the or this part, and I think the next part is going into finding more information about Nina and perhaps find the actual perpetrators of this crime. So let's go on to the next section. So here we have all the progress we made. We have an assault at Stelligan University. Thought held 3 protests. Thought is inactive. The circle bombing was prevented. Pretty much what I said. And we got a lot of information about Abraham. We know a lot about Harrison and Juliet, and Nina is somebody that we are just starting to look into. So let's go to the next day. So now we are entering this day. The hero returns. No, it's all fine. Really, you deserve the credit. No, I don't. Just following the evidence, I guess. At least from me, because you never get a public one. Just imagine your name in big letters in the TBN article. Okay. This Nina character is finally the final member of Thought that we don't have concrete information on. Since she is the one who planned the protest at the Circle Mall, and now the bomb has been found there, she is now of special interest to us. Focus on Nina, but keep watching all the others too. Okay. So we have some more headlines, we still have the bank information, and then we have something in the listeners. So let's see at the investigators avert catastrophe at the City Mall. Bonton 3rd bombing in... let's see here. Okay, so we have some other interesting news as well. So let's start with this one. The 3rd bombing was averted. Once again, Bonton has become the center of attention due to a terrorist assault. Except this time it was emerged unscattered due to the efforts of Special Investigation Unit. The last in the series of 3 previously announced bombings have been averted. The proposed scene of the crime was the Circle Mall in the center of Bonton, which was locked down and secured by police forces yesterday evening. Right after the investigation team managed to correctly estimate what location the terrorists were aiming at, Catherine Delacox, Secretary of Security, gave a short conference to representatives of the press. In it, she stated the successful prevention of the bombing attempt to be a proof for surveillance and investigative measures to be functional. The search for the perpetrators of these nefarious acts of crime would now be the top priority for the investigators, who have substantial leads. You say. I don't. Column. So here we have more from Harrison. Column author Harrison O'Donnell reflects on the last week's article and calls on citizens of the nation to show courage in the face of terror. So I guess we might be required to put some more on his profile. So let's get something abundantly clear to begin with. I feel bad. I feel like a fucking moron, and rightly so. In the last weeks, no article in the article I blabbered about how some bombs would soon go off in Bonton or Farwell at that time, just to advise my point of view. Advertised my point of view. I truly sorry for everyone involved or affected by those terrible events. It never was my intention to ridicule or trivialize the attacks in Bonton. Well, if you've not been living under a rock, a massive boulder at that, for the last couple of days, you absolutely must have heard that it's pretty much exactly what went down. It's far beyond, I hate to say it, but I told you so. Thanks to the efforts of the government and the safety bill, the last attempt has now been prevented finally. A kick in the terrorist butts. Naturally, there are still tons of critical questions. How the hell is this possible to begin with, when we have all the CCTV and new safety regulations out there? Why spend so much money for mechanisms that don't protect lives as they should? Why is there still no real suspects in sight, not to mention in custody? These questions neglect one fact. One fact though. People killing asswipes are among us. They are our neighbors. They are like you. They are like me. Mind you, they are most certainly not like me. It's tough for cameras or other automated safety systems to recognize a criminal or terrorist before he actually commits a crime. They cannot look into houses, and certainly, thankfully, cannot look into soul of passers-by. We, the people of the great nation, must grow even more vigilant. We ourselves must stand up for our safety, alongside the high-tech security mechanisms, as those cannot only work in addition to our perception. Let's not get intimidated and not back down to some shitheads thinking they can spoil our way of life. Report suspicious things going on as soon as you learn about them. It's our duty to the community, but mostly yourself. Loose lips can also sink terrorist ships, figuratively speaking. Okay, so I think these are good character building things for him, so let's put them in the database. A strange way to underline one's argument. It's still peculiar he mentioned bombings before anything happened, but well, and we put that in as well. He's right, we cannot save everyone, but we're still a watchful eye on the nation. Yeah, so that's character building, so I think that's a good thing to have there. So now we only have the movie release endangered by lawsuit against director. Movie director Aaron sued by lead actors over breach of contract. Post-production of Grey Shadows Part 3 is on hold indefinitely. Release on Valentine's Day is endangered. Okay, the edited movie poster and had shared online. So we have a link here. The agreed declared state that has no images for the movie would be made public without explicit consent for both actors, which was not the case for the edited movie poster Iran had shared online on Tuesday. This was put the expected Valentine's Day release in jeopardy. So they are having a dispute over this poster that was shared earlier. So this we actually saw in the post earlier on, but we didn't make any notice to it. So this is a story that happens besides our main story. It might be interwoven later on, but at the moment I think it's not that important. So let's keep that on the side. So here we have one more mail, love or a heart from an unknown person to Harrison O'Donnell. Hey! Forgot to charge my phone tonight, and yeah, so I have to do this the old-fashioned way. I really wanted to thank you for a very nice evening, heart. I haven't enjoyed myself so much in, well, ever. Only to be topped by that night that is. I was hoping you dropped by CCC and come pick me up tonight. We can cook together, maybe watch something, and who knows, maybe continue where we left off. You're in? Smiley. Funny, I just realized that I never been to your place, even after all these years we have known each other. So I figure you're hiding another love affair of yours there. Are you? Probably your ex, the one you've been talking about ever so often when I was around, or this girl that always yammering on about how she despised the safety bill, Nina, I think. Come on, come to think of it, for all that torment you owe me big time, so really demand to come to your place. Love you, Marsa. P.S. If you are going to the city center today, please take care of yourself with all the bumps and stuff. Don't stay any longer than necessary, okay? So she has heard some things about Nina as well, so that doesn't bode well for Nina. Why would someone oppose the safety bill? We have the lowest crime rate in years, or possibly ever. You and me, we have a job thanks to the bill. The only reason not to support it is if you have a dirty past. With the situation as heated as it is, it sounds like someone we would have a very close look at. We need a full examination. First, a concrete background. Who is she? Second, what motivates her? What does she want? And finally, where was she around the time of the bombings? Okay. So we get some more information here. War on Indifference, published in December of 2015 by Concerned. So can we get some more information about her? You tell, Concerned one. So we have a you tell information here. That's good. The indifference towards their own rights is a worse enemy than the government itself when we are to overcome privacy destroying surveillance laws. We have this great picture of a demonstration We are in a state of war against our own government. The declaration of war is the safety bill, the only grain of which is reinforcing the chokehold the party has on us. With this bill, they are screwing every single citizen of this country. Yet most people are ignorant to this. Most people simply don't care about their rights being wrestled from them. Why bother when I have nothing to hide? Is their default excuse. They feel safe in their cozy houses while the government slowly puts the muzzle to their forehead, ready to pull the trigger any second. With our move on the crowded city mall in Bonton yesterday, the first shots have been fired towards the lurking indifference among the populace. But there were merely warning shots, a friendly reminder it's about time to take sides in this conflict. We cannot tolerate indifference. We will not accept it. If you are not with us on this, you're against us. And then we have a comment from Godfelds. Frankly, I was in shock when I heard of the events in the mall. How you in particular incited the crowd to directly threaten the visitors. Now I am even more astounded by your writing. You know, I agree people being obvious in this matter is the problem's root. Oblivious to in this matter is the problem's root. We have discussed this many times. We must get their attention carefully though. Through interesting and remarkable events, we must make them think. Scaring them to death is the exact opposite. So, intended to scare visitors, that's not good for her. Scaring people to get attention to one's message? Really? Is that what thought is about? No, that's pretty much not. Scaring people is convincing them, Abe. People will only care about things that pose an immediate threat to their life or lifestyle. Your own words. Surveillance is just too abstract a topic, too far away to grasp. They don't feel the danger of it, so we made them feel. It's as simple as that. And then Godfells again. Let us follow your argumentation for a moment. What did you achieve then? You just upset innocent bystanders in a time when they are already deeply unsettled. This is the exact reason why they are so afraid and yearn for safety in the first place. You have just proven them and their government right. Violence cannot be the key, and thought shall not stand for that. So that's Abraham's, so that we need to put in as well, so the thought don't get the blame. Violence? There was no violence. No one was hurt. Frightened at best. Honestly, I think it wasn't even enough. We made some local press, but the big fish, TBN, didn't bite. No big deal at all. How are we going to reach the broad audience? The rethinking you wanted. If you're not willing to let us do something about it. Ladies and gents, this is Hancock. Can we all calm down a notch? Abe, you're totally right. We were fucking fire starters. we got a little bit carried away by the euphoria of finally getting our message out there. We didn't think straight for a moment. This is not gonna happen again. So Harrison is apologetic. That's good. Ha! Afterwards, they're clever and feel sorry about their actions. It's always the same. Okay. Thanks for stabbing me in the back when I needed you the most, Harry. This is not the right place for a discussion of this magnitude. We will have a word about it in our next meeting. So we still only have his bank account. I don't want to look at that. So do we have any more? We have a chat and an email. Let's look at the email first. Hey kiddo! You're absolutely right. One could rightly call that evening mind-blowing. And of course I'll pick you up tonight. I like this more you're talking about, and I think I'm in need of it big time. But let's not stay at my place tonight. It's utterly unfit for a lady like yourself. No lovers hidden there, only not so hidden leftovers and laundry. Especially not Juliet. I haven't heard anything about that bitch in months. I'm done with her because I'm with you now, my Marsa. Pinky swear. And Nina? Do you mean anything will set me off angry outburst Nina? Don't even get me started on her. She was my partner in crime a while ago, so to speak. That's it. So babe, see you around 8 straight tonight. Much love, Harrison. So let's put that in her profile as well. Even though it's just somebody talking about another person, I think it's quite obvious that that's some of her personality, because when you don't know that somebody is listening in, you're often talking your true thoughts about their personality. Enraged outburst? Interesting. Keep looking for a reason behind this. Okay. So let's look at this chat from an unknown person. Nina. Hey, Sylv. Hey, Nina. Just wanted to ask if everything is fine. Yeah, don't worry. We're having a great time. Thanks for taking care even though it's Saturday. Don't mention it. How are you feeling? Still shitty. Nina, I hate to say it, so don't hold it against me, okay? I'm fine. No, you're not. You're worrying me. You always look so sad. Not to worry about. Anything new on the love front? No. Only idiots on this singular portal thing you recommended, Sil. Do know how you got to find John amongst so much crap. I'm gonna remove the account. Yeah, it's 99% fools, but just keep it tight. Somebody will come to the rescue. No thanks. I can rescue myself. Got to work now. Thanks again, Sylv. Call you later. See you, girl, and cheer up. Okay, so she's looking for a friend on this network. Sylv in contact with. Did we get a different comment? Yeah, so we have a connection to Sylv. She looks sad. Could be relevant to find out what about. Probably love problems. We know she's single. Singular! Welcome! Don't be single, be singular. That's a really strange tagline. Continue to your profile. Your profile. Hello, concerned one. Great to see you again. It's a good day to fall in love. This is your public profile. Everything you enter here is visible for any visitor. So let's give her a look. That's her favorite picture, I guess. And she lives in Bonton, so let's put that in. We can put in where she was born. And I don't know if we need height or body type. I don't think so. Likes. I'm not sure we need that either. Doesn't like suits or most movies, candlelight dinners. So don't even bother with that. There isn't really much to say. If you like to get to know me, ask away. And then we have recent profile visitors. So those we can look at. Your opinions. Your opinions helps us to compare yourself with potential matches. Your answers are private and will only be used for your match score calculation. Here is your answers so far. What are you looking for most in a potential partner? True love, honesty, financial stability, and independence. How long do you wish for your next relationship to last? For a couple years? Would you consider allowing your partner seeing other people? Yes. Would you consider dating someone who not want or dislike children? No. What places would you like to go on a vacation? Seaside or mountain? How interested in politics are you? Quite a bit. That could be interesting. So, in the end, it all comes down to what degree of interest and which agenda. Yep, you're sure. You are sure right. Are you a cat or dog person? A dog. If you turn a left-handed glove inside out, it fits. What is the question? Yeah, that's a good question. So, to start a new conversation, visit the profile of your match. You may close a conversation whenever you feel like it. Your match will then be unable to message you unless you open it again. Okay, so here we have Pretender 80, which is a 34% match. Haja! They just saw your profile. You seem quite nice, so I wondered, do you have any more pictures? If so, let me know. Looking forward to hearing from you. Close the conversation. And then we have some more. So these are the people she have been talking to. So that one is closed, so can't look at that. Let's look at this one. Hey Blondie! I just came across your profile and I got stunned immediately by your striking beauty. I just had to message you. I wonder if you would spare some time for a lonely heart like me and go out with me sometime. We could go out and have a drink at Frank's. You know that one since you're from Bonton too, right? What about the weekend? Blondie? Seriously? I don't recall anyone ever calling me Blondie, and I'm not an 80s child. Great, me too. So, when are you going out? We're not. Now I totally get why you are 30 and still single. Arrogant bitch. Closed conversation. And then we have Wise Sam. Hi, concerned one. I just read your interesting profile. It's left me dying for information. Now here I am, asking away like you requested. If you dislike candlelight dinners and movies as you stated, guys will probably have a hard time dating you. That makes me wonder, what is it that you would like to do on a potential first date? Of course, I could resolve to just ask you out to the local Chinese place around the corner and just abandon all the candle part of the dinner. Still, it does seem a bit straightforward. I could really use a helping hand here. Care to lend me yours? Cheers, Sam. Hi, Sam. It's kind of refreshing to read a decent message from time to time. If we were to go on a date, just ask me out to this local Chinese place you mentioned. I don't care much for dating rituals. By the way, name is Molly Swartz. You can call me Molly. Okay, so now we have a name. Great. Molly Swartz. She's using a fake name. Such a peculiar one at that. Yeah, a really peculiar one. Hi, Molly. Oh, great. Suits me well. Because, no kidding here, I don't like this stuff either. I think most guys don't. I thought it is nice from time to time, especially with the right woman. Speaking of which, I was hoping you could tell me a little bit more about you. What the person behind the small picture and all those separate chunks of data is like. What does Molly do for a living? What does she do when she's at home? Does she live all alone, or is there somebody waiting for her? Does she often get to climb? Please, Molly, feed a fool carving for each bit of knowledge about you. Don't let me starve. Hey, Sam, you're quite a dramatic guy, aren't you? Anyway, here I go. I work where whatever I find, aka temp work. So that's a good information. So now we would know what her occupation is. Hope you weren't looking for someone with a shiny job title. I live in a small flat in between tons of industrial waste. You're still with me? Indeed, I don't live alone. There is a special someone in my life. It's a man. He's a very, very important to me. He's also the reason I don't get to climb as much as anymore. Jealous already? Don't be. It's my son Michael. And he closed the conversation. Now that's a really bad move. So yeah, well, I know when you bring a kid into a dating situation, you bring some burden into the conversation and it's harder. But just to close the conversation without even speaking about it, that's a dick move. That's a really bad taste. But she has a son. That could be good to record as well. A single mother? Doesn't seem like the type to be involved in terrorist attacks. Maybe not. Maybe not. So I think later on we will dig into her work history. now we know a bit more about Nina, or about Molly, that she calls herself. So I am not sure if this is Nina or Molly, but yeah, we'll look more into that in the next video. I hope that you liked this video. Give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. And I really hope to see you in the next one.